All right, good evening. Hello, hello. We are night two of doing some streaming. Last night we were playing some Pokopia, a little cozy gaming, as we're kind of testing things out and getting our bearings a little bit. But tonight we're going to play a little bit of Starfield. Not going to be a real long time, probably just for about 45 minutes, maybe an hour. And I mentioned this a little bit last night, really trying to kind of work out the kinks of streaming. We should be coming to you live, depending on where you're watching us on YouTube and Twitch. And gonna be playing Starfield tonight. And yeah, so it's gonna be a good time. We're just gonna kind of chill out a little bit. I can't remember where I'm at in Starfield. We did this the other night on TikTok as well when I played Starfield, but we're gonna be jumping back into that. Just gotta get situated, and in testing everything, we're going to be playing a little bit with audio. So anyone that comes in, let me know how things sound. Let me know how the game sounds, how the mic sounds, just kind of that feedback. This is all in preparation for this schedule that you see on the screen at this point in time. This schedule is going to be valid starting next week. This week is really just getting the kinks worked out of everything. But you'll see on the schedule that we have sitting right there, the intention is going to be looking at, so Monday through Thursday, 8:30 to 11:30 Eastern is when we're going to be going live. It might be a little bit of flex there, but not much. But that's going to be the plan during the week, and then it's going to be every other Friday and Saturday from 8:30 to 12:30. So that's going to be the plan starting on Monday next week, which is, I don't think, let's see. What is Monday's date? 27th. So 27th is when we're going to start that. And we're going to be starting with a playthrough of Pragmata. So I don't have Pragmata yet, but I'm going to get it. And we're going to start a playthrough of that. So Starfield and Pokopia last night, that was, all just kind of part of testing everything out with the Switch and then with the PlayStation. But we're going to be jumping into Pragmata next week. So this schedule, it's not posted anywhere yet. I just have it here kind of in the overlay, but it will be posted accordingly as far as that goes. And so, yeah, that's going to be kind of the plan. And tonight, like I said, just about 45 minutes or an hour, give or take, just for a bit. And going to jump into some Starfield. We're on PS5, by the way. So if anyone has already played and enjoyed Starfield like I did, I am doing the same thing again, but on PlayStation this time. Also, before we start, just remember the Midnight Release podcast is available on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon, anywhere you get your podcast, basically. It is an audio only podcast that myself and my buddy Austin do. And we've got 25 episodes in, I think. And yeah, it comes out every week, Monday night at midnight, just like the midnight releases that we all used to enjoy back in the day, which it's kind of upsetting we don't have those anymore. But anyway, so you can find all the socials in any bio, depending on where you're watching this. And that's where you can kind of find us and follow along as we have those episodes come out every week. And then as far as the streaming goes, you'll see that schedule right there. But like I said, it's not published anywhere yet, but it will be this weekend after we get through this kind of test week. So don't think that I'm going to be tomorrow 8:30 to 11:30, though I may, but the schedule itself doesn't apply until next week. So anyway, that all being said, let's go ahead and get things flipped over. We're going to go ahead and jump into some Starfield. And let's go ahead and flip. There we go. All right. So has anybody been playing Starfield? I know it gets a lot of hate for some reason, which I don't really understand why that is, but I really like it. I'm a sucker for it. I also enjoy the heck out of No Man's Sky, which I think obviously does space exploration much better than Starfield, even with the free lanes update. Now, I will say something that's interesting. A lot of people apparently have been refunding Starfield on PlayStation because it's been crashing. And the problem that I have had is when I have tried to do the piloting, like the space travel, I have not, like, it crashes my game. So I don't know if they've had an update come out yet. So I've been playing this the same way that I normally had been playing it. And that's essentially kind of the issue that I've run into. But that's just me. So, all right, let me check a couple things here real quick, and then we'll get going. I'm on, let's see, what quest am I on? I'm pretty sure I'm doing, is it a UC quest? Yes, it is the UC quest. I've done several of the, factions already. I think I finished Freestar Collective, and that might be the only one that I have finished, actually. Yeah. Yeah. So I finished Freestar Collective, but I'm closing in on finishing the United Colonies. I've done some of the story stuff where we've encountered the Starborn and things, but I really like the faction quest. Big fan of the faction quest. All right. So, also, yeah, always got to rock my anything I can that's orange and blue. But I haven't gotten into any of my outposts or anything like that yet. I've just been focusing on the quests.
Hard to believe this place is still intact.
But I know a lot of people, when they think Bethesda, Starfield is not one of their top tier options. Yeah, I'm with the Vanguard.
Oh,
But I was a huge fan
sorry about
and
that,
have
Captain.
been a huge
People
fan
mistake us for peacekeepers
since I started
most
playing it.
days. Wasn't
I wore this
expecting
thing out on
someone from the
Xbox.
actual military. So, what can I do?
Okay, yeah, we're looking for, so if you haven't played Starfield, if you haven't played any Bethesda game, you know, in general, they're known for having their various factions that you have to do. And right now, the United Colonies quest, I've been tasked with finding a individual that, well, one character wants me to kill him, another character wants me to arrest him, so I get to kind of decide what I'm going to do as far as that goes here. Reginald Orlace, heard you might know him. Let's see.
Orlace. Doesn't ring a bell. Anything you can tell me about him?
Well, yeah, sensitive mission. I don't want to say anything.
So, well,
I don't want to
I
get
can tell you
anybody
there's no
overly
one on the
involved
den
more
by
than
that
they
night.
have to be.
But there has been a rumor about a ship floating out around Etheria. Never docks. They call
Interesting.
it the Warlock.
And,
Maybe this
you know, and
Orlace of yours is
I
the one
have a
piloting it.
horrible habit,
I can give you the
horrible
coordinates to
habit
its
of
last
not
sighted location
remembering
if you want. Just
games after I
well,
beat them.
you'll
Like,
need to
in
be
recent
careful.
memory, the game that I like
Part
can
of
remember
Etheria's
the whole
sky is an
story
old
and
debris
everything was
field.
Expedition 33.
Plenty dangerous.
But in the grand scheme,
More than a few
like,
scrappers
even though I
hanging
beat
out never
Starfield
came
and
back.
all of the factions, like, I remember bits, but it's hard for me to remember. Yeah, I'll just go ahead and take those coordinates.
Sure thing. Here. This should
But
get
yeah,
you
the,
pointed in the right direction. Go get your man.
Podcast episode, I mentioned it a little bit last night, but our episode next week, Find the Warlock, EM weapons, yeah, I already have those on my ship. The podcast episode next week, so the one that came out this week was all general nostalgia, and just smorgasbord, nothing was off limits. But next week's episode is supposed to be, we're going back kind of game-centric, and we're focusing on controllers and peripherals and things. And I brought up how the Switch Pro controller is like the best controller ever, which I feel very confident about. However, I can't ignore the fact. All right, where are we going? I can't ignore the fact that the PlayStation 5 controller is outstanding from an accessibility and immersion. I think it's the right word. Perspective. All right, where are we going? Yeah, we'll fast travel. But I'm a sucker for single player games, so I only really need one controller, but I keep two so that I can charge one in the event that it dies. And I don't know if you'll be able to see it or not. Yeah, that shows up pretty good. I got the blue, it was like a Walmart exclusive PlayStation controller. And I don't know if you can see, but like the touchpad has the square, circle, X, triangle, which, I think there's an ongoing debate on whether that is an X or a cross, but it's always going to be X. I don't think I've met anyone that actually calls it a cross. If you call it a cross, I'm not going to judge you for it. Like, that's fine. You do you. But it's always going to be X for me. All right. Which one's my EM weapons? R2. I'm going to drop these weapons down. Push up my engines. Yeah, I don't even remember this one, to be completely honest. Like, very fully, I should say. Yeah, there's my ship, by the way. I got the Star Eagle from the Freestar Collective quest, and you know, my gamer tag and everything is Chase Windu. You know, Mace Windu, obviously purple, so that's why I always go with purple. All right, let's see here. Target lock. Let's do shields first. Alright, shields down. Let's go after the engine so we can stall him. And once we stall our engines, we can dock. Easy peasy. Now, I forgot. I have the setting turned on with the audio coming out of the controller. So you can see the text popping up, obviously, when he's talking on the screen, but the audio is coming out of my controller, which is another really cool immersion aspect from the PS5 controller.
You have time, of course.
All right. Destroy the ship or arrest the pilot. Well, yeah, we're gonna arrest the pilot. I'm not gonna kill the guy. Oh, I can't get in there. Okay. Let's see. Oh, it sounds like he's dying on his own. Oh. Did he die? Yeah, that's right. He must have, like, killed himself. We'll take all that stuff. That's the other thing, too. I remember in most Bethesda games, whenever you take their clothes, like they actually become clothesless. That does not happen in this one. Alright. Let's see. Return our evidence. Now, can I steal this ship? Yeah, I didn't think so. Usually you're able to... I will take some of this stuff, though. Alright, Barrett. I don't know why I just now noticed that his name is Barrett, sharing the name, obviously, with Barrett from Final Fantasy VII. Alright, undock. So we're going to go complete this one by meeting up with Vae Victus again. But no, these faction quests, like, I feel like the story in Starfield, like the faction quests were, like, it was giving me, like, Fallout 3 vibes. Like, I wasn't a Fallout 4 fan, but Fallout 3, huge fan of. And, I mean, I like Skyrim just like everybody else. But their faction stories in some of the more recent games don't... I wasn't into them, basically, where Starfield, I was very much invested in every faction quest. But what are folks playing right now? Anybody already play Pragmata? Because that's what we're going to be jumping into on Monday, is a full playthrough of Pragmata on PlayStation. I haven't gotten it yet, but I'm going to get it this weekend. So that it's ready to go for Monday.
It's good to be home, right? Okay. Scan me.
And that's the funny thing too, with the stream schedule that I had pulled up earlier when we were just chatting. So, like, it shows it's going to be 8:30 to 11:30, but on Monday nights, I may depending on how the night's going, we may stick around until 12 when the episode drops. It usually hits, I think, maybe not right at midnight, but it might be like 12:15 or 12:30. But if that's the case, then I may like leave the stream on and play the pod. Now again, our podcast is audio only. They do pop up on YouTube, but it's still just audio. And is this really gonna do this? I should just be able to use this elevator over here, I think. And so we may keep the stream going just to play the new pod episode. We did do a couple video podcasts with a couple other creators, but lining up schedules for that, and that's not on anyone else, that's on me, was proving to be pretty difficult. So we stopped doing some of that video content. But the streaming concept and being able to maintain that schedule is something that I'll probably be able to do pretty good, which is why that's what we're gonna do. So obviously, if you're watching, you're not worried about spoilers or anything like that. If you are, probably not the right place to be if you're not wanting spoilers. So this guy Victus is a like former war, not hero, but like war criminal, and he was responsible for deaths of like a bunch of people when this terramorph alien attack had happened, and everyone thought he died. And it turns out the United Colonies are keeping him prisoner down here underground, like no one knows he's here. And I'm working with a scientist that is a clone of him, technically his daughter, and I'm not supposed to tell her about this guy, like I was told by the leader of the United Colonies, UC, that not to communicate with anybody. As soon as I see her again, Hadrian, I think is her name, I'm totally going to tell her, like 100%. Like I've built a good rapport. But that's why you see this kind of like prison setup and why it's like that.
Welcome back, Captain.
He wanted me to kill the guy that I just went after, who obviously killed himself. But yeah, I tried to bring him in. He killed himself, so nothing I could do.
The man fled every consequence he ever faced.
Yeah, that's fair.
Of course.
So,
You don't expect me to just take you at your word, do you?
I am, as I'm playing this, kind of messing with various audio for my mic and the game audio. Let me know at any point if you see any issues, and if you are someone that streams, any feedback that you have too, because this is just me kind of getting started with this. Yeah, here, got your evidence.
Excellent.
For sure, let us know.
Deposit it in the transfer system.
And we are also, in talking about the pod, aside from our next episode being related to controllers and peripherals, starting with the OG, paddles and joysticks, all the way up to the modern, controllers, but also like your steering wheels and your flight sticks and fight sticks, and then of course what it looks like now with all the VR stuff with Haptic Fest and all that jazz. But originally that was not going to be our next episode. Originally our next episode was going to be DC, like film, TV, and game focused. We did a Marvel episode like that, but we do what we call quad episodes, and it's myself and Austin and then Wayne and Howie when we do the quad episodes. So we want to make sure we can have them for the DC episode, or at least 3 of us. So we're pivoting. So next week's going to be the controller episode. Yeah, see, that's him talking about Hadrian. So the whole reason he wanted this guy dead is he has information about Hadrian's team, and that's going to be able to help me, stop these terramorph attacks that are happening.
Of course. We're protecting the galaxy, Captain. We'll need every tool at our disposal.
Now, I am totally... Okay, cool. Yay, devils you know. Now, I'm totally going to tell Hadrian. There's no way that I can't tell Hadrian. Like, I absolutely have to. Alright. War relics. Where are we going? Oh, no. I do that every time. Instead of going back up these stairs. Like clockwork. I will say this about Starfield. When I played it on Xbox originally, I had a Series X. Obviously, it ran great, looked great. And my Series X actually died. And I'm going to tell you right now, the stuff that Xbox has got going on right now, well, first off, I feel bad. I did a TikTok when Xbox raised their prices of their consoles, criticizing them, and then I was defending PlayStation at the time because they were not
Can I help you?
raising their prices, and now, of course, they have. So I kind of look like an idiot with that. But anyway, I did not replace it with another Series X because I had not played a lot of my Xbox in the grand scheme. I have Game Pass, but I ended up getting a Series S. Well, what I realized very quickly, Hadrian is on Mars, I think. Are we on Mars? Yes. We are going to go directly to the Red Devil headquarters. And this is the one downfall of Starfield is the whole, I mean, it's just easier to fast travel like that because the space travel isn't immersive enough like it is in No Man's Sky. And I don't mind that. Like, I enjoy the game for what it is. Now, once I finish the game, like, I'll get into the outpost building and stuff, which I had a great time with when I played on Xbox. Anyway, squirrel moment. I replaced the Series X with the Series S, and Starfield struggled much more. Why didn't that did not bring me as close as I had preferred, but that's okay. The Series S did not perform very well. Oh, that's not bad. The Series S playing Starfield did not perform very well. It was manageable, but it was obviously a difference. And, you know, getting this on PS5, like, it runs obviously outstanding. So it's like it was when I first, you know, had my experience on the Series X, which I'm sure everyone has heard by now, but I guess they're dropping the Game Pass pricing back to, I think it's going from $29.99 to like $22.99, but literally at the exact same time that Microsoft announced that they were no longer going to be charging that, Call of Duty came out that they're no longer doing day one drops, which, I mean, I think the majority of people maintain Game Pass because of the Call of Duty drops. And that, I mean, the comments on it were brutal. Like, people were tearing them apart. And what are we doing? Why? Okay, I am in the right spot. So I found that to be very interesting. I mean, I still have... Nope. I still have... There we go. Game Pass, and I still use it on occasion, but definitely not as much as I used to. Okay, what are we doing? These waypoints are stressing me out. So what do you want me to do here? Oh well, let me go open this, whatever this is, real quick. Oh, I ain't got nothing there. Well, that's pointless.
Icy cold blast right up my backside. Nope. Hey,
Oh, it's a master lock. I can't unlock it. No, Barrett, I'm not going to talk to you. Okay. I think I'm just an idiot. Yes, I'm just an idiot.
Yes, what?
Okay, she's down this way. Yeah, I don't know why it didn't bring me in the right spot here, but that's okay. Anyway, I just got completely distracted, but I think I was talking about Game Pass, but I'm very surprised that they are not going to continue doing day one launches for Call of Duty. Like, that's kind of a surprise. Oh, that's what it was. So I still have Game Pass, and I still do download and play stuff on my Series S with an acknowledgement that it's not going to perform like it would on the Series X. Like, that is one thing I'm kind of upset about. Whoops. That is one thing that I am kind of upset about. Dang it, I looked at my phone and got distracted.
Whoa, yeah. If your map doesn't match up with reality, time to evacuate.
Forza. So Forza 6. Forza Horizon 6 comes out in 27 days, and I'm gonna play the just ever-loving crap out of that game. But I know it's not gonna run or look as good on my Series S. Am I going the wrong way? Yes. It is not gonna run that well on my Series S, but I will get it, you know, through Game Pass on there, because I mentioned this last night. My PC would not run it successfully, like at all. So I'll have to get it on my Xbox. But when it launches on PS5 in the fall, I'll probably get it on PS5 at that point to really take advantage of it. But that's one of my main games coming out this year that I wanted to get and play. It is not my favorite racing game of all time, but it's definitely up there. Forza is a series. My favorite racing game of all time is actually Burnout 3. If I really want to be specific, I have the most memories with Burnout 3 or Need for Speed Underground, the first one. I know a lot of people love Underground 2, but I didn't like that free roam aspect of it. Like, I'm fine with just picking races. Alright. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I could have gone in an area that's much closer than this.
Dusty. Dusty. Let's talk.
Alright, let's see. Yeah, I totally could have gotten here much easier. Alright, so yeah, this is Hadrian, that you'll notice she obviously
Captain,
looks super similar
back.
to Vae Victis that we were talking about, because she's a clone. But she doesn't know that Vae Victis is alive yet. I don't know if this is where I have that opportunity to tell her or
You've
not.
been gone so long. So how's it feel to be a citizen?
Yeah, United Colonies. That's what I thought UC stood
should.
for.
You risked life and limb, but it is real good to have you here again.
All right, let's
We've been
see
going through the Terramorph
if
data
it gives me the
well,
opportunity to
we're
tell
gonna
her
need all
about
the
Vae
help we can
Victis
get.
or not.
These logs,
So yeah, we're gonna get through probably this quest line, and then probably call it. And again, the whole objective really of this is to kind of balance out our audio issues, make sure everything's looking good and running good from a stream perspective. I can help you with that. Find the research team. She's gonna ask how I found the research team. And then we're going to start next week with the live plan of playing through Pragmata starting on Monday. I'm very excited about this game.
Team?
Like, very excited about this game.
Incredible. That
Yeah,
accelerates.
she's totally about to
everything.
ask where we...
With them back, it'll let us... Wait. Kaiser. Did you
she's-
find Kaiser?
We found them all. We found them all.
That
Kaiser's the robot.
right.
That I do remember.
you would need that. Whoever gave you these leads sure knew their stuff.
Yeah, here we go.
Wow.
This is where she's going to ask.
How exactly did you manage to find them?
So this is a unique opportunity where, and this is the thing I love about Bethesda RPGs, and not just Bethesda, I mean, plenty of other games do it where you make your decision. But, like, you know, it'll impact what's going to happen going forward kind of thing. Now, I'm definitely going to tell her. There's no doubt. I will say when I first played this, I don't think I did.
That's not funny. Seriously, how'd you find them?
Yeah.
No. That's they faked his death. My
Yes.
entire unit, they threw us all to
I made the
wolves,
same comment
but
last night when I was
kept him.
streaming. I
But
read
now he's
very
what?
slow,
An
like if
advisor?
I'm reading a book or a work
Commanding the
article or
fleet
something,
in
but
secret?
something about dialogue in a
What was
game,
so
like I have a
important
bad
that they
habit
had
of
to
skipping
keep
it
him
because I
alive?
read ahead of the voiceover.
I'm sure they did.
It's true.
They
It was
invested
all
so much
politics.
in him over the
The
years.
previous
Even ruined an
regime thought he
entire
was too
family he
helpful
didn't
and too
want.
beneficial. So that's why
Yes,
they
it
did
makes
that.
sense, though, doesn't it? The UC of that era only created me because they were afraid of a world without Vae Victis in command. Why would they get rid of
Yeah,
him?
come on now.
As long as I live, I'll never understand the loyalty that old bastard elicited.
No, I'm not going to apologize for bringing it up. People are willing to ignore a lot if you get results.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
Because the UC, they did a lot of terrible things.
when
for
you
me.
first encounter Hadrian, she's actually being
even
attacked by a
knowing they did,
terramorph, and I saved her. So,
Knowing
you know,
that
just
they
trying to
kept
be
him
helpful.
alive all this time.
You know what I feel right now?
Betrayed.
It's hope.
Oh,
I had no one.
Total wrong
when I was
direction.
outside the UC. But that
So,
old world where
yeah,
I
we're
was
gonna
no
be
one and my father
we're gonna be going
mattered.
live with Pragmata on Monday.
That's gone.
The schedule that was up on the
Thanks
screen
to what
earlier,
you and I have done,
and
I
anyone
have a
who's just
place
popping
now.
in, obviously I don't have the schedule
purpose.
displayed or published right now.
But,
But
it's finally one I
starting
can
next
be
week,
proud
we're
of.
going to be following a
You and
pretty
I,
regimented
we're getting
schedule
to
of
change what
Monday
the
through
UC
Thursday,
stands
8:30 to 11:30 p.m.
So I
Eastern,
don't care if Victus
and
is
then
alive
every
or dead.
other
He can rap
Friday
for
and
all I care.
Saturday, 8:30 to
We're the
12:30.
ones who are making it
And
settle
we're starting
things
with
and the
Pragmata, but
UC
I don't have
together.
any one singular game or type of game that I play, except I will say I'm kind of privy to single player, regardless. And so after Pragmata, we'll start shuffling between various games. I have a PlayStation 5, I have a Switch 2, I do have a PC, but yeah, she's handling that better than I
refuse
expected.
to let that man define my
But
entire life.
my PC's a little limited.
Not
If
anymore.
I had my way, I'll be honest, I'd
Because
probably
there's
be
nothing we
streaming
can
that
do
Windrose
about
game.
past
Like,
choices.
I want to play that
What we
game
can
so
do
much, but my PC
is try
can't
and make
handle
the
it.
right ones
I
happen.
do think it's going to launch on console,
Let's get back to
which,
the business at
if it
hand.
comes to console before I can upgrade my computer,
Now,
I'll get
my
it on that.
father just
But on the
handing
flip
over
side
the
of that,
information on the research team and Kaiser
on the
has
flip side of
created
that, though, the whole reason I want to
I
play
can't say I
Windrose is
trust
to
it.
scratch my Assassin's Creed 4
But
itch, because
if he
Assassin's Creed
has
4 is
something
the
to gain
best
from helping us prevent
is the
terramorph
best
attacks,
Assassin's Creed game
not
of all
seeing it.
time.
So
It's my
while we will
opinion.
absolutely
If
want
you have
to
a
be
different opinion, that's
cautious,
fine. Everyone's entitled to their
why don't
own,
you
even if
think
they're
about
wrong.
trying to bring back Kaiser?
But the fact that tomorrow at noon Eastern, they're going to be announcing and revealing the Black Flag Resync, that will probably, I'll be able to play it then instead of playing Windrose. All right, let's go after
I think
Kaiser.
it's the right call. But if
But
Kaiser's been out wandering on his own for
That
this
one
time,
I will be playing and
you're gonna
streaming
need a couple
as
of
well. Like, the problem with that is Assassin's Creed, like playing Pragmata, I think the story mode from what I've read is like you can get through the story of Pragmata I think in like 15 hours or less. So it'll likely take all of next week with the times that we'll be streaming. And I just realized, obviously I am streaming, but I say we all the time because I'm referring to the podcast. So if you're like, is there somebody else in the room with him or anything? Nope, just me. But I, refer as we because of the podcast. But we're going to play through Pragmata. It'll probably take all week next week to get through it. But with Black Flag,
know
I mean,
it's
good
here
lord.
somewhere.
I don't do well playing multiple single player games at one time. So that means I'll probably be like hardcore focused on Black Flag until the next thing
Here.
comes out.
Kaiser schematics.
Now, we don't have dates yet,
Actuators,
like confirmed dates.
batteries.
That's supposed to be tomorrow, but the
That old
rumored
robot's
dates
been
are, I
MIA
think,
for a
July
while, so
29th,
chances are he's gonna need some repairs.
which is great because I don't think
He's
I had
also got a
anything.
lock on his voice controls. You can give yourself authorization
I don't think I
to
had
phrase,
anything on
"No
my radar
spelling
for
happiness."
July. No,
Now,
Sorrows comes out in
where
8
exactly
days
is
that I
Evolution?
may get. I haven't decided. Then we got Forza Horizon 6 in 27 days. We're looking for
A
Kaiser.
battlefield.
Then we got Forza
On
Horizon
Nero?
6 in 27 days.
Ugh,
Lego
sheesh, no
Batman,
wonder no
The
one's
Legacy
found
of the Dark Knight, which is the
That
Arkham
sector of Nero was
Lego game. That's
destination
30
number
days.
one for xenoweapons
And
during
then
war.
James Bond 007
Add to
First
that
Light
general
is after that.
environmental
But I
devastation
don't think I
and the
have
kind of
anything
lawlessness
else.
that comes with any Freestar world. And that planet's got
Yeah,
more than
35
enough ways
days.
to make a
The
visit
next
to
thing
the
on my
past.
radar
think
is the
there's a
Metal Gear
place
Solid
where you
Volume
can
2
start your
collection,
search.
which is 127 days from now.
Mm.
But if they end up doing
Yep.
Black Flag, then
One of a
that's going to
kind salvage.
cover me for the end of
Licensed
summer.
to an Angelo Alonso.
What is your
by
favorite
Joe.
Assassin's Creed game? Most people say
The
2.
place to start is in.
But if you're a Black Flag fan like myself, I'm a fan. Very much so. And we can very much appreciate that. All right, let's go to
And
Nero
I'll
to
make
get
sure
Kaiser.
we're ready to put 'em to use as soon as you got 'em.
All right. Now, if I remember, I think I have plenty of med packs and stuff. But if I remember, this quest is brutal. Yeah, we'll jump to Nira. But a lot of folks, every time I ask someone about their favorite Assassin's Creed game, they always say the same thing. It's usually Assassin's Creed 2. There's a few exceptions, but
Got a minute to chat?
no, Barrett.
Maybe a few minutes.
I don't have a few
Probably
minutes to
not
chat.
hours, though.
No, we're going directly to look for Kaiser. Kaiser is a robot. Yeah. I will say, if you plan on playing Starfield, and I told my buddy Brian the same thing, the first thing you should do is the full Freestar Collective quest line, and the reason behind that is you get this ship, and this is a great ship. Not just early game, but like the whole thing. Not just early game, like even late game, it's still a great ship. All right, what are we doing here? All right. Are you gonna make me work for it? Is this the door? Yeah. All right. I remember it is not this easy of just going in this door to find Kaiser. I do very much remember that. I thought this was a cool, subtle detail for Starfield 2, how it, with the airlock doors. Okay, who's in here? Whoa, what was that? That was weird. Am I hurting or something? I don't think so. Yeah, I don't have any ailments or anything. I don't know what the deal was with that. All right.
Hey, new model on the floor.
The technology could have been.
Welcome to the one of a kind.
All right.
It was horrific.
Looking for
Out here to
Kaiser.
make your fortune out in the fields, then, huh? Suit yourself.
No bot.
There's no bot named Kaiser around.
You lying.
Oh, unless you mean.
Oh, that's right. He went
That's
by
what
Captain
we've all been
Ahab. It
calling
reminded me, whenever I saw that, it reminded me of Triple X, that Vin Diesel movie. I think, was the weapon called Ahab or the terrorist named Ahab? I don't know. There was a connection to Ahab in the Triple X movie, and I remember thinking that when I played this.
A while now, hunting this one siren, his white whale. But it's been a while since anyone's laid eyes on
Yeah,
him.
well, we're gonna go find him. We're gonna go find Kaiser. Yes, that's him.
Well, so sounds like you've got two options. You can
Either
wander
find his white
around out
whale
there,
or go
hunting
find
your
him.
bot, little old white whale of your very own. But
Yeah.
knowing this rock is part of what we do here. So if
Yeah,
you
if I
want to
remember
find him
correctly,
a
this
whole lot
had a
faster,
lot of action
I'll sell you what I
and
know about
firefight
this.
stuff, but I could be wrong.
Kaiser's
Again,
location.
I do so poorly
Going rate's a
on
little
remembering a story of a game like very specifically. Ooh, let's try and persuade.
I'm listening. Don't think I'm desperate or
Went
anything,
right to 4.
but you do
I-
have a point.
When I played this on TikTok, let's see, today's Wednesday, so on Monday night, I was shocked, but I had like 4 of these back to back where I succeeded on those. All right, I only need 2.
Yeah.
All right, we could probably get away with just a 1 next time too.
Maybe
There
I
we
can
go.
make an exception.
We're rocking and rolling on our persuasion stuff. I have leveled up the skill, so it's not
Okay,
just
okay. You made your point.
so it's
I'll
not
give you a
just luck per se, because I haven't updated that skill. Oh yeah, I forgot I did Freestar Collective.
You and everybody else here. But fine.
350
Let's
credits
do
ain't
business.
nothing. I will happily pay 350
So,
credits.
Last
I
thing
think
I
I'm
heard of
sitting
him,
on
he
several
was
thousand. Oh, it's not going to show me right now.
out
think I have
near
several-
Syracuse.
I feel like I have like 150,000
Clip down
credits.
the
So,
main strip. One of my roughnecks said he heard eyes
oh,
open
sorry,
too.
I keep doing that because I'm
Sirens
already
and
reading
coke
ahead.
out there, and neither.
But no, I don't understand why, you know, some
And
people had
cloaks
issues
retrieval is
with
not
Starfield.
included
I
in
know
this
that there's some
transaction.
bugs,
So
and
now
I think I mentioned at the start of the
give
stream
Ahab
that
a Kaiser.
people have been returning this like in droves on PlayStation apparently because it's been crashing. Knock on wood, I haven't experienced that except when trying to do the free lanes update, like travel in space. It has crashed my system, and because of that, I don't want to risk trying it again, just in case, because it'll be a whole debacle if it crashes and everything else. But that's the only issue that I did experience. All right, let's go. This may not be as crazy as I remember. I was playing the other day and I completely forgot about the fall damage in this game, and I boosted and didn't leave myself enough at the tail end and ended up with like 2 broken legs. That sucked. I had to go find a Reliant Medical and get everything healed up, and it was like I literally had to stop what I was doing, fast travel back, repair all my injuries because I was going to a big firefight, all because I forgot about all about fall damage. All right. If I remember, yeah, there's a hole. Nope. There we go. Yeah. I remember getting Kaiser. I think you can have him as a companion, and is just a machine, both literally and metaphorically.
Destroyed ship is still dangerous. Can I talk with you for a bit?
No, you can't talk to me for a bit. Oh, I wasn't paying attention to what he said. What do I gotta do? Oh. I do remember chuckling at the fact that these remind me, like, you can't look at that and tell me it does not remind you of the Flood from Halo. I mean, I guess you could tell me, but I think it reminds me of the Flood. I don't have a password, bud. I do remember somebody saying it earlier when I was zipping through the comms. No, but the Midnight Release podcast, just as a reminder for folks, you can see some of the various icons on the screen. We're on Spotify, we're on Amazon, we're on Apple Music, and we've got 25 episodes worth of content out there at this point. All things general nostalgic, strong focus around gaming specifically, but we kind of cover a little bit of everything. Movies, TV, general nostalgia. Nothing is off limits for us. All right. Got to run all the way back for this. I think. Ooh, no, okay. See, I thought I almost did that again, where I was going to have the fall damage. All right. There we go. Yeah, I think I basically have to go right back to where I was. Yeah. Which is just kind of annoying. Have to go through these doors and everything. I don't think tonight, with what I've been playing, which, we've only been going here about 50 minutes. I don't think I have shot my gun once, because I don't think I've had to.
Get you something?
Yeah, I need a microcell. Watch him charge me an arm and a leg.
Where your machine heat leeches, wasn't it? Those little stowaways.
It was the Flood.
Everywhere.
Don't try and sugarcoat it. It's basically the
Suck
Flood.
Power out of a pen light if you
Basically the Flood.
But a microcell. That's military grade tech. You could probably Frankenstein one together using our fabrication system. So I just brace for a little sticker shock.
Purchase a microcell. How much is it? Let's see how much it is. I mean, if it's not, yeah, 237,000 credits. So let's see if he has a microcell. I'll just buy it. 12,000? Yeah, I'm gonna buy it. When you factor in 12,000 credits compared to 200 something, like, I'm cool with that. All right, let's go back to Kaiser. Now, this is the part that I know some people get annoyed with. Like, this is basically a glorified fetch quest right now. But again, I don't mind it. like the space vibes, like Interstellar. I know it's such a cliche, but Interstellar is one of my favorite movies. And like when this came out on Xbox, I already watch Interstellar like almost every night anyway. But I immediately like binge watched it again along with every other space movie that I'm obsessed with, like Arrival, Armageddon, Apollo 13. Which, you know, I don't want to add Project Hail Mary to that list. I did see it in theaters, but to me that's not like the same kind of space movie as those. Like the other ones are like top tier in my opinion. There's a couple I haven't seen though that I do want to watch. Like that Ad Astra with I think Brad Pitt and Harrison Ford, I think. But that's one I haven't seen before. All right, Kaiser. There we go. Yeah, this is where I think he's going to ask me to go after his white whale, and we get into some action.
Visual systems. Damage within acceptable limits. Thank you for your aid.
Yeah, I basically have to follow him to go get his white whale.
Please step aside.
But I don't remember what his white whale is. Mission, what are you talking about?
Major Sanon.
Yeah. Like I have to do this regardless.
I cannot, although previous attempts to
Disarm the weapon.
allowing me to leave this.
All right, Kaiser. Yeah, sure, I'll help you.
Excellent.
I'll help you.
We must disarm Unit XW99. Designation Siren.
You know, I was talking about the fact that Pragmata, that we're going to start streaming on a schedule starting on Monday. We will likely be able to finish it next week because I think the game itself is like 15 hours long. And then I was talking about how Assassin's Creed Black Flag is going to take forever if I stream a playthrough of that. Starfield's no different. I think I took about 50 or 60 hours to beat it the first time on Xbox. And I think I've already got almost 20 on PlayStation. And I've barely scratched the surface on my story missions because I've been focusing on the faction quests. All right, Kaiser, where are we going? All right, here we go. All right, I don't like that. Give me time to reload, my man. Alright, there we go. Where next? Where next?
That's a weird
Almost. Alright, there we go. Yeah, that's right. I think it's a very specific siren. And I think that's what I remember the jail guy telling me whenever I was zipping through the dialogue. Alright, there's one. Alright, my contacts are acting up on me here. Oh! I have a bad habit of forgetting to check my health. Oh, come on now.
Yeah, we're
Alright, there we go. Alright. I can't remember what other guns I have that are worth a damn. Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. You know, a lot of people, whenever you start thinking about Bethesda games, you know, Skyrim and Fallout are always the top two that people think of. But, and I do love Skyrim. I won't try and dismiss Skyrim. But Fallout-wise, like, I'm always going to go with Fallout 3, but I thought they cooked and did great on this game. I will acknowledge that the space travel limitations when you think about No Man's Sky is a little frustrating at times, but I don't mind it because I'm very invested in the story. All right, where are we going? Come on, Kaiser.
I am detecting Unit 99, but there is a complication.
Ruh-roh, what's the complication, my man?
99 is on the other side of that reach.
Ah, that's right. That's right. I think they've got it like locked up or something like that.
Company like Ecliptic would only want Unit 99. Standard procedure would be a frontal assault on the outpost.
Yeah. Frontal assault sounds good.
Ecliptic isn't going to back down, but neither are we.
Moving out.
You know, I also saw something about Assassin's Creed. So this whole thing about, you know, frontal assault or giving me the option to sneak in. I did read that Black Flag, the resync that's coming out, apparently is not going to, like, they've revamped the tailing missions where when you played the original Black Flag, if you got spotted, you were immediately, like, out of sync and died. Apparently that's not the case anymore. Like, you can just straight up go in guns blazing. Oh my gosh, I hate when... Oh, I don't want to use that gun. Let's go back to this. Alright, there we go. Alright, another one down. But I'm almost out of ammo. Let's use the pistol. What the hell? Well, there's a glitch for you. Look at that. Dude's not even there. That's a little annoying. This is obviously the boss. But I don't know how I feel about... Oh, I'm about to die because I'm not paying attention again. Alright, I think we got them both. There we go. I about killed myself not paying attention. Alright, Kaiser. We killed your Unit 99. You're a white whale. Are you happy with us now? Oh, apparently not yet. Where are we going, my man? Where are we going?
Unit 99 service is now complete. Mine, however, continues.
Why?
Our work here is finished.
Oh, okay.
Now, what is this mission you spoke of?
Yes, Hadrian is involved.
A plague of terrible
That is very
attacks.
disconcerting.
That is
Very much so.
disconcerting.
So yeah, we're gathering up the old research team so that we can take on these terramorphs. And this is the UC quest line for this particular faction. And yep, so we've got Kaiser. I think we got to go back to the Red Devil HQ. So that's going to be back to Mars, I think, right? Yes. Yeah, I want to make sure I go to the right spot because last time it didn't take me to the right spot. So let's see. But we're going to, once we wrap up this leg of this quest, which is it the war? Yeah, war relics. Once we get this wrapped up, yeah, see, so it's not bringing me where I'm expecting it to, which is very irritating. I don't know why it's having me go all this way. But once we get through this particular quest line for war relics, we're probably going to go ahead and call it a night tonight. This has really been kind of a stress test, if that's the right word, for streaming. We did Pokopia last night. 2 nights ago on TikTok, we did Starfield. And then, of course, I'm back on Starfield now. Well, that looks interesting. But I had, at the start of the stream, a schedule posted. It will be published probably on Sunday. But we are going to have a streaming schedule starting next week. Monday through Thursday, 8:30 to 11:30. And then every other Friday and Saturday, yeah, we're going to have to go all the way through all this again. Every other Friday and Saturday from 8:30 to 12:30. And we're going to start that with the Pragmata playthrough on Monday. But that schedule right now is not published anywhere. I did this exact same thing last time. It's not published anywhere yet, but it will be as of Sunday. So that you can kind of keep tabs. Of course, liking and following and subscribing in the various areas, whether you do TikTok, Twitch, or YouTube, you'll be able to get the notifications on when we do go live. In the event that, you know, you're maybe not looking to play Pragmata, don't have the time to play it, but you want to tag along for a playthrough, outstanding. Now, the fact that that's a brand new game, like obviously with Starfield, like there's been dialogue and everything else, and I've been talking right over it. But the game's been out for a little bit. But with Pragmata and it being the first time I am also playing it, I'll probably be super locked in for that. So I say that to say that when I'm streaming Pragmata, like we'll definitely chat and talk and everything, but there may be times that I'm like locked in because I'm just now playing the game for the first time. And I may want to, you know, soak in and take in a cutscene or something like that. But Starfield's a little different because I need to go ahead. I don't think that we'll have any more combat that we're going to have to do. I think I'm just taking Kaiser to Hadrian at this point. Yeah, I need to make a mental note where this daggone elevator is. If it's the employee exit elevator, I'll know that next time. Because this whole working my way around thing is super annoying. And I seem to remember that whenever I first played this game too.
Dusty.
All right.
I can't.
Oh, see, they're all, the gang's back together. Well, not back together fully, but
Better shape than I expected, guys. Shouldn't take us long to get you back up to full fighting capacity.
This is good to hear. I was told there was a new
but yeah, once we wrap up this one, the War Relics quest, we're gonna call it for the night. So,
Plus, get you dressed.
all that to say, you know, thanks for hanging out with us tonight while we played through some Starfield. And keep in mind, we'll probably do another test tomorrow night, but then after that, we won't be live again until Monday next week, where we're going to be playing a
Plan. Come on.
playthrough of Pragmata.
You're with me.
All right, let's
Time
go
to walk you
talk
through what we came
to...
up with.
Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, is that it?
So the problem we're
Yeah.
up against is that
Look at that. I basically just made the money back.
they can be anywhere. Meaning us
All right, hostile intelligence is our next area, but let's go ahead and save. And I don't have to, but you know, with Bethesda games, if you know, you know. You know, it's just a habit to save like that. So, but all of that aside, thank you all for hanging out with us tonight while we played through some Starfield, just kind of chilling. And you know, again, with the podcast, you can see it up here on the screen. Where is that? Over here, I think. Down here, over here. So you can check out the podcast on Spotify, Apple Music, or Apple Podcasts, Amazon, anywhere you get your podcasts. Audio only podcast. It's also on YouTube. But then this is that stream schedule that I mentioned at the start of the stream. So this is not starting tomorrow or anything, but starting on Monday, the 27th. I think it was the 27th. I need to check my dates again. Yes, Monday the 27th, we're going to stream 8:30 p.m. to 11:30 p.m. Eastern. And then on every other weekend, which will start next weekend, will be from 8:30 to 12:30 Eastern. And we're going to start with Pragmata. Once we finish Pragmata, I may ask, you know, what we want to play. My focus is going to be single-player games, but on PlayStation, on Switch, on PC, depending on if my PC can handle it. But otherwise, I'll just jump back into Starfield probably after Pragmata, or something else. But all of that, thank you for hanging out with us, and catch us on the next stream. Like, follow, subscribe, whether you're on TikTok, whether you're on YouTube. You can find our links in all the necessary bios. We do have a Discord. I haven't done much with it quite yet, and that's just kind of getting all this off the ground. But you can find that link also within all the various bios. Feel free to join and pop in there. We may start kind of getting that going a little bit more. But ultimately, and I say this at the end of every single podcast, but remember that some memories are worth lining up for. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight.